Thanks be to God that we are here once again, and today I want us to look at the female genitalia, the female external genitalia. Female external genitalia is collectively known as the vulva. It is the external female genitalia. Female external genitalia, which extends from the mons veneris anteriorly to the perineal body posteriorly. Mons pubis anteriorly to the perineal body posteriorly. This is the part we are going to look at today, known as the external. The external genitalia is made up of parts. The very first part is known as mons veneris, and also be known as mons pubis, or it can be called mount of Venus. This is the part which is the mons veneris. It is a pad of fat which lies over the body of the pubic bone, and it is covered by hair. Its skin is covered by hair in adults from puberty. From puberty, is covered by hair. So this is the pad of fat that we are looking at, which is the mons veneris. The second part we have to look at is the labia majora. The labia majora, if it is one, it is called labium majus. If there are two, they are labia majora. There are two thick folds of skin. They are made up of fatty tissue. Yes, we have the labia majora. If it is one, it is labium majus. But if there are two, they are labia majora. These are the two, this and this. So the labia majora are two thick folds of fatty tissue covered externally by skin, extending backwards from the mons pubis to the perineal body posteriorly. The outer surface of this is covered by hair, and the inner surface contains a smooth sebaceous gland. Here, there is a small sebaceous gland here inside, but outside it has hair on it. We have the labia minora. If the labia minora are two, they are labia minora. But if it is singular, it is known as labium majus. There are two folds of skin. The labia minora are two small folds of skin, pinkish in color in the inside, and they are lying between, and almost they are covered by the labia majora. They are lying between but almost covered by the labia majora. So the labia minora, these are the skins we are talking about. These are the labia minora. The labia minora unite anteriorly here. They unite to form a part known as the prepuce, and 2.5 centimeters below, they unite to form the frenulum. So those are the two parts they form anteriorly. But when you look at this labia minora posteriorly, they unite here to form the faucet. So this is the faucet. Okay, the labia minora are surrounded by a part known as clitoris. They are surrounded by they surround the clitoris, and both labia minora enclose the vestibule and the vaginal orifice. So these are the skins, the folds of skin called labia minora that form prepuce and frenulum. Then they also form faucet. So our next part is going to be the clitoris. The clitoris is a highly sensitive erectile structure about 2.5 centimeters long and situated at the anterior junction of the labia minora. At the anterior junction here of the labia minora, there is a part known as the clitoris. This part here is known as the clitoris. The clitoris is this part, and it is the one that contains erectile structures. The erectile structures that it has, we have corpora cavernosa, which is connected to the underlying pubic bone, and then we have the glans clitoris that consists of the spongy erectile tissues that are similar to that of the male penis. Yes. So in response to stimulation, these become erect and fill with blood. So that is the clitoris. The next part is going to be the vestibule. The vestibule is a part that is enlarged by the two folds of skin known as the two folds of skin. This is the vestibule. This part here is the vestibule. It is pink in color, and it is only viewed when the labia minora are separated. It contains two openings. We have the urethral meatus around here, and then we have the vaginal orifice. That is the vestibule. So let's look at the urethral meatus. It is a small hole, small opening about 2.5 centimeters long. It is found below the clitoris, so the urethral meatus is located there. So its work is to allow passage of urine because it connects to the bladder. It's the neck of the bladder. So passage of urine is going to be aided by the urethral meatus. Now, to the urethral meatus on the sides, there are blind spots. On the lateral sides of the urethral meatus, there are blind ducts known as skin ducts. The skin ducts are very important because they secrete a substance that is going to lubricate the urethra, such that by the time urine passes with a very warm temperature, it does not burn the mucus lining of the urethra. So the dimples, which are the blind spots that are on the sides of the urethra here, are going to help secrete that sebaceous substance from that sebaceous gland, which is found in the skin ducts. So the next part we have to look at is the vaginal orifice, which is the introitus vaginae. It occupies the lowest 2/3 of the vestibule and is covered in the vagins by a hymen. So the hymen is a thin membrane that covers this part in the vagins, of course, but when it is torn, probably during the first intercourse, during any accident, during any injuries to that tissue, once it is torn, it's going to leave tags of skins that are known as carunculometiforms that keep surrounding the introitus vaginae. So I need to tell you people that the vagina is supposed to be kept warm and moist, but it does not have any glands into it. So it uses secretions from the Bartholin's glands. Therefore, on the lateral sides of the vagina, there are bean-shaped, yes, they're as small as a bean. They are bean-shaped glands known as the Bartholin's glands, and their work is to secrete a substance that is going to lubricate the vagina such that it is always kept moist, since it has non-keratinized, that is squamous and stratified. So those are the Bartholin's glands that are found on either sides of the vagina. Okay, let's look at the blood supply to this vulva. The supply is by the pudendal arteries, and the corresponding veins are then the venous drainage is into the corresponding veins. Yes, the lymphatic drainage is by the inguinal and external iliac glands, and the nerve supply is by the pudendal nerves, which are branches of the sacroplexus. So that is the nerve supply, and that is the anatomy of the female external genitalia. We have looked at the anatomy of the female external genitalia, and we have tried to describe the parts that it contains: the blood supply, the venous drainage, the lymphatic drainage, and the nerve supply. Thank you for listening to this video. Kindly subscribe to it such that you can get more videos.